y'all, so let me tell you something. I was trying to do this story time, all right, since last year, and it was not cutting it. It was not letting me do it, and it was cutting up, okay? Like, I tried uploading it 5 times and it was not going. So I'm gonna try again and do this story. So without further ado, let's get into this video because I don't want it to be too long. Alright, y'all, so this story takes place literally last summer. By last summer, I mean 2020 summer. Literally last summer. So a little background on the situation is just I went to this function to confront 3 people. I mean 2 for real, but 3 if it got like that or whatever the case was. So yeah, I went there to confront 2 to 3 people. Let's just keep it a buck. And like, for me, just to let y'all know, I'm not a confrontation, I'm not a, like, what you call it, I'm not a problem starter. Like, I don't go places to start beef, to start drama, none of that. Like, but my whole thing is just like, for me, I'm confrontational. So it's like, if me and a person got a problem, like, I want to know what's the problem, like, what's the issue. Like, don't stop talking to me without telling me what the problem is, because it's like, bro, what's the problem? Like, for me. So anyways, let's get into this story. So basically, person number 1, which is the first person that I went to this function to confront, we gonna call him Braids. Okay, so as soon as I got to the function, y'all, Braids is the first person I seen. Okay, and I'm gonna insert like a video or a picture of what I look like that day, because just to let y'all know, for me, like, okay, me and Braids used to have a little dealings, so you know, I had to go to the function looking real, okay, like, I had to go looking real nice or whatever, because I have to prove my point. You know how females are. So Braids is the first person that I saw when I pulled up. And I pulled up, basically, I walked straight in there, walked straight to the back, whatever the case is. And I'm just in there, we chilling, we having a good time. Because I went with 2 of my cousins and 1 of my friends. So we went and we walked towards the bar. Me and my friend walked towards the bar. And when we got over there, it was 2 girls that we never seen before, for me. So, I mean, of course, we're not haters, we're not none of that. So it's really not no problem. It's just like, okay, whatever. So we, like I said, so we at the bar, and the 2 girls, we're gonna call them Bop and D. So Bop and D at the bar, and they like, oh, you know, about paying, whatever the case is. So I'm like, pay, like, what's that? Like, what's that? Like, so Braids' brother was standing up there too, and he was just like, oh, like, y'all valid on my bottle, don't worry about it, like, we really just want everybody to pay for drinks at the bar. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, pay ain't in my vocabulary, and I'm not doing that. So when you open your bottle, you let me know, we gonna drink off that, period. That's it. So all right, boom, that situation happened. Just keep in keep in mind Bop and D, because they finna come up again in the story. Okay, so so me and my cousins and my friend, we standing up in the corner or whatever. Keep in mind, y'all, I had drank like 3 cups before I even got to the function, so I was feeling already a little light buzz, and then I was missing dark and light. I was like really trying to be, I was really like, I was really doing the most, okay? Doing the most. But anyways, moving on. So yeah, we there. I seen this girl that I went to UA with, and she was like, oh, she's selling nutcrackers, so I was drinking from her too, whatever. And while we standing up in our little congregation, person number 2 passed by, who I also went there to like fake confront or whatever. And for the sake of the story, we're gonna call him Zoe. So Zoe passed by, and I think he made like a little comment to my cousin or whatever, or he just was like, hey, to like everybody, trying to play it off mad cool. No, nigga, we not doing that. So I believe I looked at him and I was like, we got beef or something, like we got a problem. Like, nah, we're gonna talk about it later. We're gonna talk about it later. Da, 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 da. I'm like, all right. Then he was drinking. He like, yo, you want some of what I'm drinking? Drunk that too, y'all. Like, I was really teeing up or whatever. So one of my cousins, she ended up like wanting to leave to go meet whoever she had to go meet, like her other peoples. So I believe that we walked her outside. And now we walked her outside, she got on her Uber, she left. So now it's my cousin Shy, my friend Key, and me. Okay, cool. So we standing up on the stoop talking to Zoe. So it's kind of like Zoe, Shy, Key, me, or like whatever, but we just like here. And then Braids, I think, was standing up like over here. And then like throughout like the little area was like other people that like we knew or whatever. And I think that I believe my cousin and Zoe was talking about like people being fake or whatever. Cause yes, that's what she said. She was like, she was telling Zoe how, nah, cause I don't like that, you was moving mad fake, da 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 da, whatever. And then Braids ended up making a little comment, and we all just like, who told you to talk? Like, what? Who asked you anything? So like I said, I was drinking, and Braids is one of the person that I went there to confront, one of the people I went there to confront. So when he made a comment, I made a comment, and I was like, da. And y'all, let me just tell y'all, what I said got that nigga dumb tight, because he started blacking on me. So I'm like, oh, word? You want to black? I mean, say that. So I started blacking on him. So we going back and forth, right? And like all our like, well, like all like basically everybody who was outside was people that me and him both knew. Like it was nobody outside that we did not know. So they all sitting on there looking at us like. Damn. So we basically had that whole little debacle. So now I'm feeling good because I'm like, person 1 and 2, I confronted y'all. We hashed it out. We said what we needed to say. However it got out on the table is how it got out on the table. That's it. That's that. Okay, copy. Cool. So now at this point, we go upstairs. Everything is settled. Everything is like settled. Like no tensions, no nothing. Everything's settled. Oh, y'all. Everything is settled, right? All right, cool. So now we upstairs. Key, Shy, and like a couple other guys wanted to like, you know, pass the ganja. And Braids' friends was like talking to me or whatever, and we're talking, and they just, you know, saying their little piece like, oh, like I think y'all should talk about it, like whatever the case is. Cause me and Braids, like I said, we had Dylan, so you know his friends was just like, nah, talk it out, like everybody go through their problems, like y'all just need to talk about it, whatever the case is. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cause I'm drunk, and I go through my emotions mad quick when I'm drunk. So I was just like, yeah, y'all right, like So I get up, I leave all my stuff upstairs. I get up, I go downstairs. Cause I think I seen him, or like, cause we was all in one room together. So I think he had got up first and then left and like was going down the stairs, and then I got up after him and I left like all my stuff upstairs. And I went and I was like, oh, like let's go talk, whatever. In my head, I think he said like, all right, let's go talk. But for whatever reason, we just ended up walking 2 opposite ways. So I walked out the front door and he walked going towards the backyard. Cause keep in mind, y'all, we in the Airbnb, okay? We in New York. Y'all know New York was shut down, so we had to do Airbnb functions. It is what it is. So we in the Airbnb or whatever. So like I said, we go 2 separate ways. I realized like, oh, like this nigga not behind me, let me go back inside. So when I'm going to go inside, I start walking up the steps because I'm like, let me just get my stuff, because I'm like, oh, like I got my money, my debit card, all that, like I just left it upstairs, like I didn't even think twice about it. So I'm you know, trying to walk up the steps to go. I'm hearing females going like whatever. So I'm like, wait a minute, who that? Like these like they so ghetto. Like you can't take females nowhere. And they, okay, keep in mind, like yes, I was acting a little ratchet earlier, but So what? Anyways, so like I said, when I finally look up to see who is making all this noise and all this commotion and confusion, y'all, it's my cousin and my friend. It is Shy and Key. So you already know I'm like, so basically, just to fill y'all in on like how they basically started arguing, was the girls and them, I guess, basically wanted everybody to leave. Mind y'all, let me tell y'all who they arguing with. Not even. So the girls and them basically wanted everybody to leave. But instead of saying that, they told Key and them, like, oh, like, you guys have to just, like, you know, come out the room. Like, y'all can't do this here. Like, go in the back, whatever, whatever. So they're getting up to go in the back. They realize that I'm not there. So then they like, bro, we hate when she do this. Like, this B always do this. Da da da. So I guess the girl must have thought that they was talking about her, telling them, like, oh, you can't do this in here, like, whatever, whatever. So the girl started on them, and then they so busy trying to figure out like where I went, because like my stuff is there but I'm not there, that they not even paying attention to the fact that this girl is bugging. So eventually Key goes, oh, like, who this bitch talking to? And that's when the girl go like, bitch, I'm talking to you. So she's like, bitch, you can't be talking to me, da da da. So basically the niggas that's upstairs, they know like us more than they know those girls. So they was just like, all right, we're gonna put these girls in the room and we're gonna let y'all go downstairs and leave, like, or like not leave, but like y'all just gonna go downstairs, we're gonna do what we gotta do, and then we out, because these bitches tweaking. Like, what's wrong with them? Okay, in the process of them going to come down the steps, I am coming up the steps. So I stopped them in their track and I'm hearing them going. So boom, now we back to this point in the story, right? Okay, cool. So I'm like, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? So they basically explained it to me, like, what happened. So I'm like, so what they want to do? What they want to do? And I just keep repeating what they want to do, what they want to do, what they want to do. So I guess the girl is like hearing all of this. Yeah, this story did happen a while ago, so I'm kind of like, which is why I wanted to do it when it first happened. Let me tell you. So she must have heard me talking, and then she started like rah Ryan, or whatever the case may have been. And then some way somehow she ends up coming out the room or whatever. And at this point now, Key, Shy, and me, we downstairs, they upstairs, and then the niggas in them is like in the middle trying to like diffuse everything, trying to like keep everything calm, keep everything low. Like, for me, they don't want nobody to do too much, whatever the case is. So at this point, I'm tired. I'm like, these bitches is talking too much. I keep saying what y'all gonna do. Y'all not trying to do nothing. So I'm gonna do something. So, like I said, y'all, we in the Airbnb. And in the Airbnb, like, you see how, like, I have this thing behind me? The Airbnb had, like, this in the wall over, like, a fireplace. And it had a picture frame on it. So, I picked up the picture frame. And keep in mind, y'all, I'm drunk. Alright? So, I picked up the picture frame and I threw it. Pop! I heard that shit pop. It's like, pop! Not loud. And I'm like, what you gonna do? Mind y'all, let me tell y'all something. I thought I threw the picture frame at the girl. Y'all, when y'all see the footage, y'all gonna realize that, like, this girl was nowhere near where I threw the picture frame. But at the time, me being drunk and my coordination being off, I really thought that, like, I threw it at her, but I didn't. So it ended up hitting a whole nother person, and he got dumb tight. It missed one person's face. Like, it flew past one person's face like this, and it smacked the other person on the back or whatever. So that whole situation is going on, or whatever the case is. And the nigga started charging towards me, because now he just like tight. So of course all his senses out the window. But my whole thing is just like, when you see stuff is happening and you in the middle of it, like, you have to expect that you might or might not get hit with something, or like, you get what I'm saying, like, whatever. So at this point, oh, I didn't even tell y'all yet. Yo, y'all know this whole situation is with Bop and D from the bar. Bop and D from the bar. So Bop, right? Bop is who I threw the picture frame at. Well, who I thought I threw the picture frame at. She lucky that shit did not hit her though. but she's who I thought I threw the picture frame at. And then once that happened and like the niggas started charging towards me, other niggas came to like push, like my, like Zoe came and I think he like pushed me like out the door. Oh, he was like chill, like, so you know, like all the other niggas like, oh chill, like chill, da, 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 whatever the case is. And basically at this point, Bop, because now it's like less people holding Bop back, but what are they holding her back for? I don't know, y'all. This bitch was like a toothpick, like it was never that deep. But anyways, Bop took her foot and she like tried to kick Shy in the chest, but she literally missed and she kicked her friend, which is a whole nother person that's not even like whatever. So she kicks her friend, and then I don't know, like when y'all see the video, y'all gonna see how her foot literally missed. She kicked her friend. This girl ends up flipping over the banister, bruising up herself, whatever the case is, right? So now at this point, yo, it was just so much happening, so much going on, because it's like it was 2 of them and 3 of us. So you know, it's like niggas trying to like hold everybody back, whatever the case is. So at this point, we just like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. Zoe, at one point, Zoe had took me and he had me outside and he was like holding me in a headlock, y'all, and I'm literally punching him. I'm like, no, my cousin in there, they in there. I'm not leaving without them. And he put me in the car because he had parked around the corner, so he put me in the car. And yeah, I literally unlocked the car and I booked it. Mind y'all, keep in mind, like, yo, this shit was so ghetto. I ripped my own wig off. Like, I had no shoes on. My bag and my phone still don't have it. So I'm just like going crazy, bro. Like, just going crazy. Like, it was a crazy name. So right, that happened. Then what, like, at some point the girl ended up like on the ground where the rest of us was at, and she started like running, and she claimed she kicked Key, right? Meanwhile, the whole time we all confused because we're just like, when did she kick her? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't know nothing about that. But alright, go off, sis. So anyways, yeah, so that situation happened. She claimed she kicked Key or whatever, but like I said, we just like, bitch, where? Because we didn't see you. But anyways, tick 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 boom, moving on. So we end up outside now, and I don't even, yo, this is what I'm telling you, the situation was so, like, it was just too much, because now the 3 of us are outside and the 2 of them are all the way upstairs in the bedroom yelling from the window. How did you get in the bedroom? Like, what, like, are you talking about? Then this is how I really knew she wasn't going to do nothing, was because at one point in the situation, me and Zoe was sitting over by the car, and I had realized, like, oh, I don't have my bag and my phone, I'm finna go get it. And I walked right up in that shit, right past them, picked my shit up and walked right back out. Like, if y'all really was on some rah-rah shit, y'all would have popped right then and there when y'all see me walking here by myself. But y'all wasn't. Because keep in mind, y'all, Bop was the one that was doing all the talking. When y'all see the video, Bop is the skinny one and D is the heavier one. She's not even fat, but she's just bigger than Bop. So, like, what the hell? D was really the one that was trying to keep like peace low key, but then like Bop started blacking on her on some like, girl, if you don't fight these girls, I'm gonna beat you up too. Like, first of all, bitch, if we're friends, why would you beat me up? Because I don't want to be part of your shenanigans. Rude. But anyways, yeah. So what happened? Oh yeah, yo. So at this point, right? Yo, at this point, basically now, Braid's cousin comes to me and she's trying to give me my phone and my bag. Now, in my head, she's just as skinny as Bop. So when she came to me, I'm thinking that this is Bop that's in front of me. So I'm already on like demon time, like ready to shoot it. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm ready to go at whoever. So she's talking to me, right? For whatever unknown reason, okay, I also didn't have my glasses on, so for whatever unknown reason, I thought that her voice was coming from like the right side of me and that her friend was standing in front of me. So when I hear the person talking, I'm hearing it coming from this side. It's not like coming at me this way, it's like coming at me this way. So I'm like, okay, she's on this side, so the person in front of me is her friend. So next thing you know, all I do is bam, and then they're like, yo, you punch Braid's cousin. So now everybody's mad, shocked, mad, confused, because they're like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, how you do that? So that situation had happened or whatever, and then we had ended up at some point throughout the night, we ended up like in the car. So all three of us end up in the car. Me, Key, Braids. I said Braids. Me, Key, and Shy end up in the car with Zoe and their other friend. And y'all, I don't know why, but I was still on, because I'm like, yo, these bitches really playing with us. Like, what? I don't know why they kept putting me on the outside. But I opened the car door, like I rolled down, because this nigga ends up putting the child lock on the door, y'all. Child lock. He put child lock on the door and put us in the car. But he mad dumb, rolled down the window, popped the door open, and I booked it. So when I started booking it, Key started booking it, right? And then I think Shy ended up coming after us too, because she like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because at this point, Shy's like, bro, like, let's just go home, because these bitches is like, come on, like, let's just go home. But we ended up going back. Key ended up picking up like this bottle or whatever. It was like mad liquor bottles and shit over there too. So Key ends up picking up the liquor bottle and she popped that shit. She like, bah! And then she's asked, so what you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? So that's what you want to do. What you want to do? Her and the girl face to face like this, like da da da. So I'm like, nah, F out of here. My friend got the bottle. I'm getting the bottle too. So I picked up that shit. Mind you, I went in the garbage for that bottle. I went in the trash, popped open the garbage bag, and bop. What's up? Like, who with it? Whatever. So at this point, Braids is dealing with his cousin, and then Braids' brother see what's going on. Cause Bop was still riled up, and Deep was like, yo, like, let's just chill, whatever. And I'm just like, what's all of this for? Like, what are y'all doing all of this for? Like, all of this is mad unnecessary. Because at this point, I'm like, yo, these bitches mad dumb. Like, what are y'all really doing all of this for? So I'm telling them, like, at the same time, like, I'm still ready to go. Like, if y'all want to go, we could go. But, like, at the end of the day, like, all of this is mad unnecessary. It's mad stupid. What are we really doing all of this for? So I'm just like, this mad unnecessary, whatever the case is. And they just like, oh, Braid's brother came and he was telling Bop and D, like, yo, like, this is Braid's girl, like, talking about me, like, yo, it's Braid's girl, like, chill. Why does dummy Bop gonna be like, you fighting me over a nigga? That's just my bro. Bitch, me fight you over a nigga? Are you dumb? Bro, after she said that, I wasn't even tight no more, because like I told you, I go through my emotions mad quick when I'm drunk. I was not tight. I was just like, this girl is mad dumb. She doesn't even know what's going on here, and I'm not gonna waste my time beefing with her. Not even beefing with her. I'm just not gonna waste my time. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I think Zoe came, he ended up like throwing the bottles out that we had, or like I think he was holding us back, and then he got like cut or whatever with the bottle. Whoop-de-whoop-whoop. The cops ended up coming too, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm out. Like, bitch, I'm too cute to go to the bookings. Bye. I was too cute to go to bookings, and it was like the week before my birthday. Like, F out of here. Like, I'm not going to the bookings looking like, yeah, stop playing with me. So that was that situation. It was mad ghetto, mad ratchet, y'all. And then to not really make the situation worse, but like the next day, like, Bob was on the internet popping mad shit. Like, she was just popping mad shit, making mad false allegations that wasn't even true. And it was like, me and Key, we were dead over it, because we were like, yo, like, it was a drunk night, we all made mistakes, it is what it is, we ain't even about to press it, it's not that serious. And then we woke up to Bob doing the most on social media. Not cute, sis. Cut it out. But yeah, y'all, moral of the story, don't mix light and dark liquor, okay? That's the moral of the story. Nothing else is the moral of the story. Oh, and I apologized to Braid's cousin for punching her, but like, not for nothing. She had got me tight after, because I was trying to tell her like, yo, tell your friends TP, like chill, like ain't no beef, like what's all of that about? And then, oh, I can't tell them what to do, they go mad hard for me. Boy, if you don't shut the fuck up, like what? Like don't even do that, because you know me, you not even like that. Like don't do that. Like you know ain't no beef between me and you, so don't do that. Like tell them they going hard for the wrong person. Like don't play with me, period. But yeah, y'all, mad ghetto. Not gonna cap, definitely the best part of the summer was that night, because it was so ghetto. But I would never do nothing like that again, because at the end of the day I have way too much to lose now, like way too much.